All right, so I got a reaction coming at y'all real quick, man. I saw this the other day on TikTok, man. I was looking for another video that this sister put up, but I think she might have took it down, man. I think she probably was getting a lot of backlash off that video, man. She took it down, but this is a wild sister, man. She be saying some crazy stuff on her platforms, but some of the things, it's like she go in and out of talking with some sense, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with what she was saying on this, man, and I wanted to get my perspective on it, man. We're gonna go in the Bible, y'all already know that, but let's get into it.
So I'm 23 and the guy that I'm dating is 42. And yeah, let that sink in, whatever. So the other day I'm in the car and my brother's like, do you think he's grooming you? Yes. So he's like, you know, it always has a negative connotation to it because people just assume because you're younger that you dumb and you don't know no better. Bro, and the thing is, he's not exploiting me. He's not manipulating me to do nothing I want to do. He's not trying to take me away from my friends and family. No. And the only time I think grooming is wrong is when you're underage or you're too naive to really know, like, what's best for you. Like, you don't have enough worldly experience or experience at all to really, like, make your own decisions. You just need somebody to tell you what to do all the time. And here come this older man just taking you away from your friends, family, and everything you know to make you who he wants you to be. Not at all. I'm young, but I'm not dumb. I wanted to talk to that man. He was not even thinking twice about me until I appeared in his face. So, yeah, but relax.
Now, I wanted to let everything get out, man, but at the end of the day,
23.
this is, they say grooming, right? But that's literally the process of a man with his wife. That's literally the process. That's how it's supposed to be. Whatever, like, it don't matter what age the woman is. If as a woman, if you're gonna be dealing with a man, you should be willing to come in and be groomed by him at the end of the day.
And the guy that I'm dating is 42. And yeah, let that sink in, whatever. So the other day I'm in the car and my brother's like, do you think he's grooming you? Yes.
I want to get somewhere quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. You gotta really ask yourself, why is it saying that this woman's mind well instructed? Because she's being taught by him. How as a woman do you be taught by a man? Verse 14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. Because most women, if they come into a situation and she loves you, she's going to allow herself to be groomed by you. She's going to allow herself to be molded by you. The things that you like, she's going to actually try to put forth some effort to do those things to please you. It is what it is. Verse 14, again, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. That shit priceless at the end of the day. Most men will tell you that the women that actually listen to them and kind of like follow the instruction that they've been given, allow themselves to be groomed, they be in the best situations, bro. At the end of the day, most husbands that I done heard where they wife come in and just get on the program, they happy, bro. And most men will tell you, if they woman is in a mode where they trying to make the man happy, they have no issue giving that sister whatever she wants. A lot of women don't understand that concept. If you stroke the ego of a man, if you get on this man plan and do everything that he kind of asking you to do with no problem, no pushback, no difficulties, he's going to spoil you. It is what it is. Let's get some more. A lot of women don't understand that. Y'all be shooting yourself in the foot at the end of the day. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. Because I agree with what the sister said. Like, only time I would have an issue with that if the sister underage, like you dealing with a child, or she got some type of mental disability. Like, that's the only, because I don't care what nobody say. If you don't have no mental disability, you are not naive. You know what's going on. So like, I agree and I appreciate her saying what she's saying. Well, I'm not dumb. I wanted to talk to him. Well, most women today, they be lying. These sisters was in high school talking to older dudes. Why? Because they wanted to. That's what bothered me. Y'all won't be honest. Y'all will not be honest. And when sisters come out and actually be honest, they get hella pushback from women that's liars at the end of the day. Let me read it again, verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind, forsake her not. Because most men, when you get a woman that's like that, you be damn near breaking your back trying to make sure this woman good. That's what the scripture's telling you to do. You got a wife after your mind, you don't forsake that sister, man. That's how it goes. We said, don't give yourself to a stupid woman. That's what light means. Don't give yourself to a woman that ain't all the way there. Don't do that.
So it's like, it always has a negative connotation to it, because people just assume because you're younger that you dumb and you don't know no better. Bro, and the thing is, he's not exploiting me. He's not manipulating me to do nothing I want to do. He's not trying to take me away from my friends and family. No. And the only time I think grooming is wrong is when you're underage or you're too naive to really know, like, what's best for you. Like, you don't have enough.
Oh my God. And it's a little shout out to Anton Daniels. He said he's like a malevolent, what he said, it's like a malevolent dictatorship. You know that I'm here for your best interest. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not trying to teach you nothing that's detrimental to you or me. Watch this. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. The law that he's talking about is Genesis 3:16. If you dealing with a man as a woman, you're supposed to be obedient to that man. If you decide to be with him, you're supposed to respect him enough to actually trust him. So when he's telling you to do something, you won't have a problem with it. Why? Because he's not telling you to go sell no ass. He's not telling you to jump off a bridge. He's not telling you to do drugs. You don't want to deal with dudes like that. But y'all supposed to deal with men that's got a level of integrity, got a level of character, that you know that whatever he's telling you is not something bad. He's telling you something that's good for you too, right? Verse 35, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. That's a level of grooming at the end of the day. If your role or your position in a relationship is to be taught, that's a level of grooming. That's how it's supposed to be. A lot of women don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
Worldly experience or experience at all to really like make your own decisions. You just need somebody to tell you what to do all the time, and here come this older man just taking you away from your friends, family, and everything you know to make you who he wants you to be.
But even in that, right? I want to say it's in like Psalms like 47 or 45, where it talk about, as a woman, you're supposed to forget your father's house. You're supposed to forget your family. When you come in contact with a man, that's your life now. At the end of the day, that's Bible. That's Bible. I want to get something right quick. Because women always say they want a godly man, but they don't really understand what that means. This is Genesis chapter 18 and verse 19. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Why would I get this? Because a man's supposed to command his household. Everybody in the household is supposed to be being groomed by this man. Everybody in that household is going to be a representation of him. So it got to be a grooming process in there. And if he's not, the household going to be out of order. You're supposed to do all things decently and in order. So you want to be in a mode where you allowing this man to groom you. Unless he on some evil shit, allow yourself to be groomed, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Your sisters got to get out of this mindset, man. Y'all got to stop pushing them. And she a young sister. And it was a lot of older women going in. That's crazy. I want to touch on this right quick because actually I want to get something first. I want to get something else first. I want to touch on something though that I don't think a lot of people understand. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So you can read in the Gospels that Christ said he got his doctrine from his Father, right? The men get their doctrine from Christ. We learn it from Christ. At the end of the day, we got to follow the scriptures. Same thing in return. The women learning from us. That's Bible. That's the hierarchy. That's how it's supposed to go, right? So when you get into these bags where the scriptures say that marriage is a mystery, you know what I'm saying? These relationships are a mystery, but it's a representation of Christ and the church, right? So So the nation of Israel, especially the men, we supposed to be doing things that's pleasing to Christ. We supposed to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. It's pleasing to Christ for a man to marry a wife, have children, protect his household, take care and provide for his household, raise his children up in the proper way, marry his daughters off, so keep the high holy days, leave an inheritance. These are all things that's pleasing to Christ. These are all commandments that we're supposed to keep, right? Let's go to get something right quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, that they that love him shall be filled with the law. Now, my point in saying that is, the men, we supposed to be doing things that's pleasing to the Most High and to Christ, right? So the women, in turn, you supposed to be being groomed to do those things that's pleasing to your husband. Because in the household, my role is to play the role of Christ, right? So I'm going to be teaching the law, statutes, and commandments in the household. So now I'm teaching you the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So I'm going to be actually grooming you to do the things that's well pleasing to me as well. Because, okay, you got to break it down into those individuals, things that men like, right? So Christ don't like when men cut their beards off, right? Christ don't like when men wear dresses. Christ don't like when women wear pants, right? So doing those things, you doing things that are pleasing to him, right? So in turn, on an individual level, from a different man, it's like, let's just say, I don't like particular foods. You gonna have to teach her what foods you like, right? So in turn, my point in saying that is, your wife is supposed to do the things that's pleasing to her man. That's a level of grooming. You have to be taught to do that. So, y'all let me know what y'all think, man, because I think they was kind of coming after the sister kind of harsh, man, because they don't want to hear that shit. At the end of the day, women don't want to hear this. Women don't want to hear that you're supposed to be groomed by a man. They don't want to hear that. And this go back into the brother Mr. Logic was making a point about being allowed to lead. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, when they hear that, it frustrates them because they don't understand the concept of being allowing to lead. Because we need the women to follow. If you respect me, right? Just follow. I shouldn't have to fight you or chest bump you to make you do things that's required. Watch this. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Now, you might read that and be like, damn, that's kind of harsh. But that was her role from the jump, right? Her desire was supposed to be to her husband, and he should rule over her. That was literally the setup. She was created to be a help for Adam. That was literally the setup that was created, right? But she didn't want to be under that type of tutelage. She didn't want to be groomed by Adam. She didn't want to be taught by Adam. She wanted to be equal with him. This sister in this video, she coming into the situation knowing I'm gonna need this man to teach me something. At the end of the day, she coming into the situation knowing I'm under him. I have enough respect for him to want to learn from him. Because that's allowing yourself to be led. Because if I have to chest bump you, and that's what I don't think a lot of sisters understand. When you look at different movies or different TV shows, and you have like a tyrant coming to power, right? Either you're gonna allow yourself to be led, or violence will ensue at the end of the day. So women, if you're in a position where you in a relationship with a man that you don't want to follow, you shouldn't be with him. You shouldn't. Because if y'all having arguments about who should do what and how you want to do this and that, you in a bad space because you shouldn't have been with him in the first place. If you don't respect a man, if you're not in a position to want to allow him to lead, you shouldn't have never laid down. You should have never took the bait to go down the road with this man. But it is what it is, man. Salute to the young sister, man. Hopefully, they end up having a positive relationship. They get married and go on down the damn path, man. That is a big gap. You know what I'm saying? That is a big ass gap. But It is what it is, man. But I just think that was we need more sisters to come out and talk like that, because the younger generations of sisters, they're not hearing this on a day-to-day basis from women. Most women are hearing, strong, independent, don't need no man, you don't need no man for nothing. Then you got another young woman coming out saying, he grooming me, he teaching me. We need more of that. We need more of that. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. As a man, do you know how to groom your sister? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to teach your woman? You know what I'm saying? Are you even qualified to teach your woman? Because a lot of dudes, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't know what the hell to teach them in the first place. But you know, it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.